Hello, Paul V. Moore family, and welcome to We Are All Redhawks. My name is Damon Villnave, and I'm one of the assistant principals here at Paul V. Moore High School. I would also like to introduce one of Central Square's special patrol officers, Officer Locastro. We are so happy that you have joined us. We have made this video for several reasons. First is to provide you with information about bullying, cyberbullying, harassment, and discrimination, and how to handle these situations. Second, there have been some incidents where it appears some students at Paul V. Moore High School have shown a lack in understanding, tolerance, and acceptance of others, and as such, have displayed disrespect and even aggression towards others. Our specific areas of concerns have been towards the LGBTQ community, racial and social justice groups, and other forms of discrimination.
Some issues occurring outside of school have most recently been occurring on several social media platforms. Once we all start to soar together again here at Paul V. Moore High School, we want to help all of you to understand that while we encourage a healthy debate about a subject, we cannot allow anyone or to bully or threaten another Red Hawk, because we have to remember we are all Red Hawks. We have done this video because we want you all to feel that you have a voice to be able to express yourselves, but there needs to be an atmosphere of understanding that it's okay for us to sometimes agree to disagree. Because why? We are all Red Hawks. There will be times that someone may let their belief in an issue and it cause them to use language that is considered offensive or even threatening. These circumstances cannot and will not be tolerated, and students who feel that they have been victims of this should feel free to be able to report these incidents without fear of retaliation and with the confidence that their privacy will always be respected.
With all of that being said, we feel it is important for everyone to know and understand what bullying, cyberbullying, harassment, and discrimination are. So we're going to go ahead and define those. Bullying is described as unwanted, aggressive behavior that involves a real or perceived power imbalance. The behavior is repeated or has the potential to be repeated over time. Bullying can occur before and after school hours, in a school building, on a playground, on a school bus while a student is traveling to or from school, or on the internet. Cyberbullying occurs when harassment or bullying happens through any form of electronic communication. Harassment is defined as the creation of a hostile environment by conduct or verbal threats, intimidation, or abuse that has or would have the following effect on people: reasonably or substantially interfering with a student's educational performance, opportunities, or benefits, or would reasonably be expected to cause a student to fear for his or her physical safety. Discrimination is the act of denying rights, benefits, justice, equitable treatment, or access to facilities available to all others, to an individual or group of people because of the group, class, or category to which that person belongs. One of the things that was instituted is called DASA, the Dignity for All Students Act. This act was established on July 1st, 2012, and was amended to include cyberbullying July 1st, 2013.
In certain circumstances, in most circumstances, when bullying or cyberbullying occurs in the school environment, the discipline action that is going to be taken will be handled by the school administrator, such as Mr. Villnave or one of the other high school administrators. There are going to be those rare occasions when an incident occurs and law enforcement is going to be notified outside of the school environment, or in incidents where the administration believes that a criminal procedure might be necessary. I will be notified, or an SPO from the Central Square School District will be notified to review the incident. There are occasions where harassment or threatening behavior will reach a point where it can be criminal behavior. Most of you who have been around me at the high school know that whenever I can, I try to coach you or warn the students that continued behavior could lead to an issue later on down the road. That my involvement or law enforcement's involvement should always be the last thing that we do. But if you're not willing to or can't understand that your behavior is going to have consequences, there are criminal law charges that can be brought in incidents. And I believe that many students might not be aware that their behavior could cross over into criminal behavior. So one crime that many students probably don't know about and probably don't consider their behavior to be to the level that it is a crime, it's called aggravated harassment. Aggravated harassment in New York State is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by 1 year up in jail. And basically, aggravated harassment is with the intent to harass or alarm another person. A person communicates anonymously or otherwise by telephone, computer, or any other electronic means, by mail, by any transmitting device, or by delivering any form of communication. And it can be anything as simple as communicating a threat of physical harm or just communicating language that causes the person to feel uncomfortable. Some of the incidents that have occurred while we've been outside of in-person learning have crossed into this boundary, and they could lead to students facing criminal charges. I don't want to see that happen, but given the social justice reforms that we have and the racial inequality issues that have been brought up over the summer with so many things that have happened in the United States, it's a hot button topic right now, and we need to be careful, and we need to understand that some of the language that's been used, some of the language that I've seen used, that I've reviewed with Mr. Villnave, could lead to an even bigger problem. And those are called hate crimes. When you use certain language while communicating a threat, based on how it's evaluated, somebody could get charged with a hate crime. And a hate crime is when a person intentionally selects a person or a group of people whom the offense, when they commit it, it's intended to be committed in whole, substantially as part because of the belief or perception regarding the person's race, color, national origin, ancestry, gender, religion, religious preference, age, disability, sexual orientation, regardless whether this person, the criminal's belief is founded or even true. If you're charged with a hate crime in New York State, if you are convicted, say you're arrested for a misdemeanor, if you're convicted of it, you will face felony sentencing. And all hate crimes in New York State are considered violent felonies. So the conviction will pretty much nullify you from being able to do anything such as serve in the military, hold any sort of license in New York State. It will allow you not to be able to vote. If you're a hunter, you will no longer be allowed to possess or use firearms in any way, shape, or form. You won't be able to hold certain military jobs or even classified government jobs. So the consequences of behavior, even as a juvenile, can transfer over and cause issues for you as an adult. So basically, we need to remember that sometimes we don't always agree with what we're being told, but if we remember that we're all Red Hawks, that it's okay for us to agree to disagree sometimes, I don't think we'll ever get to the point that we'll have to worry about anybody being charged with any sort of a crime, especially a hate crime.
It's very important that when you say something, you think about it before you say it. Also, before you hit that little send button on a text message, on a Snapchat, on a tweet, anything on Facebook, if you have to think about it, you might not want to put it out. So we hope that this brief video will give you food for thought and an understanding that just because we don't always agree on everything, we are all Red Hawks. We can still be a flock with different points of view, and our differences are what make us truly special. We have provided a tremendous amount of information in this video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to contact myself, Officer Locastro, or any of the administrators or even teachers here at Paul V. Moore High School. We're going to provide you with more information, including our email address and phone numbers in the description area below this video. There will also be links to websites that talk about bullying and other supportive organizations that are out there in case you feel you need some help. Again, always remember, we are all Red Hawks. As one we rise, together we soar. And again, we are here for you. We love you, we miss you, and we hope to see you in the hallways soon. Thank you.